Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's your girl, Chatting with Chantel, and we are here back with another episode. We are back and motivating. We are back and moving. We are back and chiming in. We're chatting and we're talking about those things that we need to talk about that are helping us get up and start our day all over again, that are helping us see the error of our ways, make changes, change our mindset. We are looking and talking about those hard conversations that, hey, we have had to have with ourselves on several different occasions. We are back. It's your girl Chantel, and this is Chatting with Chantel. Welcome back. This is technically the first episode, but we had a welcome back episode on last week, and it was just talking about kind of where we've been, why we stepped away, and how we are so excited about getting things back and moving, getting things back and rolling concerning the podcast. I have missed you guys so much. I have missed the fact that this was an outlet for me. This was therapeutic for me, and so now I am back and we are chatting with one another. For all of you that are following, please make sure that you like, share, comment, send to someone that needs to hear the realistic, send someone that needs to hear, hey, that guess what, you're going to make it, pat yourself on the back, you're doing a good job, you're not a failure, dust yourself off and try it again. Send it to somebody that needs to hear that on the daily. Welcome back, you guys. The theme of this season is called Making Sense of It All. And if you didn't listen to the welcome back episode, it was really making sense of our lives. And what better way is to, talk about what I've been going through, how I'm trying to still make sense of everything that is happening in my life. Nothing bad, nothing traumatic, but just making sense of every change, every stage, every age, just making sense of it all and making sure that everything that I'm doing is purposefully driven and that I'm intentional in all that I do. Just making sure that, guess what God has for me continues to be for me, and I don't forget to give him the glory, honor, and praise in it all. And this week, our topic is, because I have to make sense of it all. I have no other choice. This is what it is. My life is basically, I'm a woman, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a sister, I'm a daughter, I'm an auntie, I'm a worship leader, and I'm a minister. So at no point is there nothing going on in my life. So at some point, I have to begin to make sense of everything that's going on in my life. I have to make sense of the things, the hard conversations, the moments that I need to take for myself, the moments I need to share with my family, the moments I need to share with my spouse and with my children, those moments that I just need to step away and take a deep breath. I'm making sense of it all because it's definitely necessary. There is such a thing as being overwhelmed. There is such a thing as doing so much that you're really not doing anything. And so making sense of it all is keeping me from doing just that, keeping me from just doing stuff that don't make no sense, that benefits nobody, and I'm just wearing myself thin. Every aspect of my life at this point in my life, I need. As a woman, I am getting wiser. I am getting older. I thank God for the life that he's given me. I thank God for this stage of my life where my children are older and I'm experiencing so much. The things that I heard my mother and my grandmothers talk about, I am now experiencing as I'm still a young woman, but I'm experiencing those now in my life. And it too you have to make sense of it all. Like, your body goes through changes, your emotions go through changes, like your relationships go through changes. So many, I'm going to say associates, or so many what I thought were friendships have now dwindled down to either nothing, or just a period and a time in my life where I knew that person, or I was associated with that person. And now where I am in my life is that my circles are so small. My circles are for those that are there with me in the good times, the bad times. They are self-checking. They are, listen, even if we don't say anything and you're just listening, they're in that circle. They're honest, whatever the cost is. They are just pivotal people in my life that I believe that God strategically put there. We're all in different stages of our lives. We're all in different stages of our careers. And I think it is beneficial for us because we're all able to either help, push, or encourage one another on a daily basis. My circles mean that, you know what, I'm not just set around a certain set of people. I'm a very diverse person. I'm a person that likes to have fun. I'm very outgoing, and I like to meet new people. And so when I open myself up to that, I'm making sure that those that I allow to see the vulnerable side of me, those that I allow, you know what, to pour or to pull on me, that it's something that's reciprocated as well as given. I'm just very intentional in everything that I'm doing. Some relationships I've had to, go back and say, you know what, I apologize. We got off on the wrong foot, or we've misunderstood each other. Some of those relationships, guess what, were self-reflecting, and you really weren't. It made me look at myself and say, hey, you really weren't as good of a friend as you said you were. So, it caused me to work in that area. It's just so much. And when I look at all of the different areas in my life, things that I'm doing and how I'm growing and maturing and learning different things and getting ready to walk through so many different open doors that God has placed before me, not myself, but God has placed before me. I understand that I have to make sense of it all. I have to take time and make sure that I understand what's about to happen. I have to understand what is needed and what is not needed. And when it comes to that, I have definitely been intentional in my self-reflection. And self-reflection is merely my devotion time that I spend with God, the time that I have started journaling, whether it is audio or whether I am writing, that time, the time that I spend when I am definitely listening or writing music, because it's still a love of mine. Definitely in my self-reflection, I am making sure that no, I am not perfect, but I am still striving and making sure that I'm crossing the T's and dotting the I's that I need to cross daily. My prayer every morning, before I begin my day, before I even respond to text messages, phone calls, is, God, create in me a clean heart and renew in me a right spirit. That scripture in itself has built me to a place where, God, I send you before my day, and anything that's happened prior to that moment, anything that's happened before that day, anything that's happened months ago, allow me to forget it and to approach it in the right manner. My self-reflection allows me to, at the end of the day, go back and figure out, how could I have done things better? Why didn't I complete certain tasks that I know I should have completed in the day? What about today could I do better tomorrow? Those self-reflections. What about me today did I really not need to do, and I just put it on the list just to make sure that it was something that I need to. I need to just relax. In what areas do I need to, not even stress and worry about? What areas do I need to pour into? I'm just making sure that I'm reflecting in those areas, and I'm writing, and I'm coming up with not only, expression, but I'm coming up with an encouraging word to pour back into myself. And definitely one that pours back into me is that I am fearfully and wonderfully made. So even though, my days may not be perfect, even though I may get it wrong sometimes, even though I may have to go back to the drawing board, one thing that I do know is that the woman that God has created, this woman that God has rebuilt, is fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm not afraid to be who I am. I'm not afraid to say what God has placed in me. His word that he's hid in my heart is now something that I'm constantly saying, that I'm constantly encouraging, that I'm constantly pulling on to draw others to Christ, to encourage others, to let them know that they're not alone. I am encouraging myself with the word that I have placed down on the inside. I was in service on Sunday, and one of the points that was given was to pray the word back to God. Pray his promises back to him. God, because you said that you are a keeper and that you're going to keep me, be my very present help in the time of trouble, when I feel scared. Be my shelter, be my guide, be my Jehovah, be everything. And that I get when I have my self-reflection, because I'm not only writing, I'm not only reading, but I'm making sure that everything that I'm taking in and that I'm writing, that I'm able to apply to my life. And it's such an amazing thing, and it makes sense. It makes it make sense that, guess what? You can't forget the things that you write down. So I'm constantly writing down things that I need to remember, things that I need to do, things that I don't need to do or say. I'm writing them down so that I can see them with my eyes, because my desire is to be the best version of me that I can possibly be. Another thing that I have started doing, well, it has become a lifestyle for me, is prayer. And I'm making sure that not only am I talking to God, but I am spending time with him. I'm fellowshipping with him. So it's not always an ask, but there are times of just appreciation. God, when I look back over my life and I see what you've done, I thank you. God, I thank you for sending your son. God, I thank you for opening up my eyes to see a better version of me. I thank you for, taking away some of the things and the people that you did in my life, because they were keeping me stuck in a place that I was not able to walk out of. Those prayers have now become, guess what? My reason, my driving force, my daily bread. When I can talk to him on the daily, and I'm talking to him more and more, even now, like, God, you bridle my tongue, make sure that the things that I'm saying, that it's not harmful to anybody. God, allow me to be the example that I need to be when I walk as a woman, as a wife, as a mother, as a sister, as a daughter, as an auntie, as a worship leader, as a minister. God, allow me to be a direct representation of you. Not to be perfect, but to be just full of your grace and your mercy, that I love everybody like you love them. We can never be like God. We can never be like Christ, because he is, without sin. But I thank God that because of his grace and his mercy and his forgiveness, because of all of that, I am able to yet live again. So allow me to live on purpose. My prayer sometimes is just me sitting and basking in his presence and listening to him and allowing him to downpour in me those things that I need to hear, those thoughts that I need to get rid of, those things that I need to continue to work on in me. If you talk to God, he will definitely talk back. If you just sit and wait and spend time and develop a relationship, it will benefit you in ways that will blow your absolute mind. It's your prayer life that begins to consume everything that you do. You'll find yourself not wanting to do anything until you consult God. Oftentimes we, as wives, we like to say, oh, well, let me talk to my husband about these things. And I'm not negating that relationship and that duty as wives. But what I'm saying is that my priority now is, God, I talk to you first, and I send you first, even before I get to my spouse, and we have that conversation, whether it be hard, whether it be we are game planning, whether we are just talking about things and we are pouring into each other. God, I send you first to allow you to pave the way for how this is going to. I talk to him because I know that he listens. He's an active listener. And when people understand what active listening is that, guess what? I give you your time to talk, and then I need you just to be silent. Oftentimes I tell people all the time, God does his best work when he's silent. God speaks to me the loudest when he is silent. And I love that about him. I love that about the relationship that we have. I love that about where we're going as people in Christ. I love that about the women's group that I am connected to, because we consult God in all that we do. We don't give any credit to anyone except for him, because he makes all things possible. And now my prayer is, God, I thank you because you do all things well, whether it's a no or a yes, whether it's a not now or you don't need that. You do all things well, and it benefits me in every aspect of my life. And then finally, there is a putting together a plan of action that has become amazing to me. And it kind of falls under the category of when I write or my audio journals, because I'm always trying to figure out, okay, how can I do this better? How can I redo this? How can I rebuild this? How can I restructure this? How can I move accordingly? It's a plan of action so that I do not go back down the road that I just left, that I don't divert to different avenues, that I don't sway, that I don't fall apart, that I keep myself together, that I don't forget about who I am, that I don't forget about what God has created and given me, that I don't forget that I am amazing, and that I continue to talk to myself. The plan of action is every morning after I spend my time with God, I'm looking myself in the mirror and I speak into the chick that's in the mirror in whatever role or capacity that I'm having to move in that moment. I speak to her in the mirror and I let her know how amazing she is, how everything that you've done is not in vain, though it has been hard, though you had to do it on your own, though it's been financially stressful, though it's been rewarding, though you had to cry, though you've had triumphs. Guess what? You're still amazing. And that's my plan of action, that I keep pouring into the chick that I see in the mirror. I keep pouring into the woman, the mother, the sister, the daughter, the auntie, the wife, the woman, the worship leader, the minister. You can keep pouring into the chick that you are, the man that you are, the son or the brother that you are. You keep pouring into them, and you build and you grow and you do things better and you change, and your mindset becomes bigger than you ever could imagine, and your verbiage changes. When your mindset changes, your verbiage changes, and you don't talk the same, you don't think the same. All of this comes because you're making sense of it all. It all makes sense now that change is hard, but change is good. It all makes sense now that, guess what? Those things that are taken away to make room for things that are better. It all makes sense now that the friendships that I had then were not the friendships that I need to have now, because there was not the honesty that I needed. There was not the motivation that I needed. There was excuses. There was mistrust. There was all of those things that I did not need, that would have kept me from what I needed to do, that would have caused me to make excuses, that would have caused me to overlook some things. I can say that I've made sense of my life, and no, my life is not done, and I'm constantly working on me, and daily I am making sure that I have my self-reflection so that I have a healthy spiritual, mental, and physical. I'm constantly praying to God to make sure that that relationship is always the first and foremost of my life, and that we have a healthy communication, and that we have that moment where, guess what, we can converse among each other, and that I also have a plan of action, that I'm not just doing nothing, that I'm keeping myself moving forward. My eyes are forward. I'm not looking back. I'm not dwelling on the past. I don't hurt anymore. I have forgiven. I have thrown it into the sea of forgetfulness, because I dare not carry anything that is not going where I'm going. I have made sense of it all, and we're making sense of it all daily. We're leaving the bad things out, or we're learning from those bad experiences, and we're making sure that we're moving in a direction that says, guess what? I'm growing and I'm maturing, and I'm going to make sense of it all, because I desire better for me, better for my family, better for myself, my mental, my spiritual, my physical. I desire long life, and God promised it to me. With long life will he satisfy me. And so I'm making sense of it all. So I have and I hear those things that I need to hear. It's such a great thing when we can make sense of it all, when we can begin to just, get rid of so many negatives and have more positives than negatives. It makes sense. Make it make sense. And I'm so big on that. And I'm hoping that this encourages somebody today to make sense of it all. Make it make sense to you and God. First start there, and then everything else will be lined up afterwards. When it makes sense to y'all, you don't need anybody else to tell you which way to go, because he'll lead you and he'll guide you and he'll direct you into all truth. Every person that comes into your life, every person that pours into you, every person that gives you information, every person that encourages you, it will be what you need for the time that you are the plan of action that you have set for yourself. Listen. We are making sense of it all. And it's not something that's going to happen overnight or in our sleep. It is a process. But we can thank God that we're moving in the right direction and we're making sense of it all. I pray that this encourages somebody. I pray that this allows somebody to go back, have self-reflection. You pray and you put a plan of action together. This is your girl chatting with Chantel. This is your girl Chantel, and we are moving forward. Eyes forward. We're looking up. We're forgetting those things which are behind us, and we're moving forward. Know that I love each and every one of you. Make sure that you like, share, comment, and send this to someone that needs to hear just an encouraging word, whether it's starting their day or ending their day. Send it to somebody. This is your girl Chantel. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye.